Hey guys, Porowl here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to dual box in Battle for Azeroth. First I want to start off by saying I've only been dual boxing for about 2 weeks, so I'm not the most experienced dual boxer, but I will show you guys everything I know and what I use dual boxing for. There's many reasons people would want to learn how to dual box, whether it be for PvP, farming, sniping on the auction house, or whatever the case. Dual boxing can be a lot of fun and can have a lot of benefits to your farming potential. Since I do a lot of farming, this video will be mainly showing you guys how I farm on 2 accounts. If you're already an experienced dual boxer, maybe you can learn a thing or two, or give some of your own tips in the comment section below. With WoW tokens being so cheap in Europe and in the US, this is a really good time to buy WoW tokens, and use those tokens to buy another account to dual box with. In the US, Battle for Azeroth costs about $65, which comes with 1 month of WoW time. That means you'll have to buy 5 WoW tokens, and use those 5 tokens for Blizzard credit. Using 5 tokens will give you $75, which will allow you to buy Battle for Azeroth, and have some money left over. Doing some of the farms I'll be showing you guys later in the video, I was able to earn all my gold back in about 5 days. Each token in the US currently costs 115,000 gold, so that means it'll cost about 575,000 gold total to get another account running right now. With WoW tokens being so cheap, and with Battle for Azeroth being such a new expansion, I think it's a great time to buy another account to dual box with, and sell materials and items while the prices are still high. Just make sure when you go to buy a second copy of Battle for Azeroth, you buy the World of Warcraft Complete Collection. Here's the webpage you'll see that has the Standard Edition and the Deluxe Edition that you can choose from. There will be a link in the description below that'll navigate you to the page. Buying the Complete Collection will give you all the expansions including Battle for Azeroth, a level 110 character boost, and 30 days of WoW time. Now let's move on to logging in, and what to do once you've logged in. Alright, so when you have 2 accounts purchased, all you have to do is go over here to the left above the play button, and choose which accounts you'll be logging into. Once you've logged in, you can log into, or create the characters that you want to play. For this video, I'll be playing 2 balanced druids. I chose 2 balanced druids for farming because they have really good AoE, they have Moonfire and Sunfire, which can pull mobs instantly, and on top of good AoE on mobs, they have good AoE healing with double wild growth, so they're really useful anytime you're in a group or just by yourself farming. Next I'm going to be talking about the program that we'll be using for dual boxing today. As of right now, I'm using a program called Octopus. I really like Octopus because it's really user friendly and it's free. So when you open up Octopus, it'll look like this. The first thing you'll want to do is go to server at the top, and then go to keys on the left. You can find the download link for Octopus in the description below. What you guys see here is all keys that I disabled for account number 2. I added these keys because most of the time you'll be on follow, so you don't want to accidentally hit any of these keys and break your follow on account number 2. To add a key to the list, just click enter key combo, and then type in what key you'd like to disable for account number 2. To remove a key from the list above, just click the key, and then hit remove at the bottom right. Another thing you're going to want to do is make sure that keys, clicks, and cursor are all toggled on and have a check mark next to them. This makes it so whatever skills you use on your action bar, or whatever keys you use on your keyboard that you didn't disable, are mirrored on account number 2. Once you have those 3 boxes checked, just hit start at the top left to get going. As you can see, everything I do in account number 1 happens on account number 2 as well. Even still using this program, you will still have to click to loot, herb, ore, or fish on both accounts. This program will not loot on both accounts. Right click a fish when you've caught one, herb, or mine on both accounts. You'll have to do that manually by clicking each account. Thankfully, I have 2 screens, so it's not too bad. So the next thing I'd like to talk about is macros. I don't use too many macros, but I thought I'd share the ones that I do use. The first macro that you should use is an invite macro. This macro will simply just invite your character to a party. This allows you to stay together at all times, and complete quests and other things as a group. Just simply type in the character's name that you wish to invite, and this macro is all set to go. You can find all of these macros in the description below. The next macro that you should use is a follow macro. You use this macro on account number 2, so you can always be following account number 1. You'll find yourself using this macro a lot, because sometimes the follow will get broken, so make sure that you're ready to use this macro a lot. All of these next macros are for druids only, but you may be able to apply them to your class. The first 2 macros I'd like to talk about is Regrowth and Rejuvenation. I have these two skills targeting my main druid, because my main druid is always in front of my other druid, so I always get the first hit on a mob with my main druid. This means I'll be having aggro a lot, and will be needing to heal the main account. If you ever need to cast Regrowth or Rejuvenation on account number 2, then simply target account number 2 with account number 1, and manually cast them. Using this macro will give account number 1 2 Rejuvenations, or 2 Regrowths. This macro definitely comes in handy if you find account number 1 needing heals. These next 5 macros will help in assisting account number 1 attack. I've got a macro for Moonfire, Sunfire, Solar Wrath, Lunar Strike, and Starsurge. Whenever you use these skills on account number 1, account number 2 will assist you. If you're not a druid, just replace these skills with a skill from your class. These macros are very useful in killing enemies, so I highly suggest using them. And the last macro that I use is for Starfall. Starfall is a big AoE for balanced druids, but as you guys know, you need to click where you want to use it. This macro will cast Starfall at your feet. You can leave this macro exactly how it is. Do not type your character name into this one. If you're looking to cast Starfall, or Blizzard, or Death and Decay, or whatever your AoE is, then this macro is good for casting AoE at your feet. I know a lot of you guys will be wondering what kind of add-ons that I use for dual boxing. I only use one add-on called AutoTurnin. AutoTurnin will skip all quest text and allow you to just hit accept. This saves a little bit of time and would definitely recommend this add-on. If you guys have any add-ons to suggest, please post them in the comment section below. And the last thing I'd like to talk about is a few of my favorite places to farm right now. The first spot I'd like to talk about is located in Zul'Farrak. Unfortunately, this spot is Alliance only. This spot is probably my favorite spot to farm right now. In just 3 hours the other night, I was able to get 3 BOE epics, about 6,600 Tide Spray Linen, which I sold for 21 gold each, a ton of Deep Sea Satin, a bunch of BFA greens, and a ton of raw gold. I run tailoring on both of my druids, so I get a lot of extra cloth. Currently on cloth alone, I've made over 1 million gold. If you're looking to farm this spot, I run it with 2 groups of 4. Up to 8 people can tag a mob before it grays out, and 2 groups of 4 is way better than the standard 1 group of 5. With 8 people, you can farm way more efficiently, and get a lot more mobs killed per hour. I found it best to run with at least 1 Brewmaster monk, 1 healer, and whatever combination of DPS that you like. I prefer to have a couple ranged DPS in the group so we can pull the mobs that the monk statue doesn't taunt. One of my next favorite spots to farm right now is located in Corlane, which is in Drustvar. This place is really good for farming BOE epics, Tide Spray Linen, Deep Sea Satin, BFA greens, a ton of raw gold, and vendor grays that sell surprisingly well. You can also get a donkey mount that you can sell in the auction house, or you can use yourself. Personally, I sold mine for about 200k. After about 7 hours here, I got 4 BOEs and 1 donkey mount. Just like the last farm, you'll be running 2 groups of 4. And the last place I'd like to talk about is in the north of ADDON. If you're Alliance, you'll have to get to level 120 because the mobs don't scale and they'll hit you pretty hard if you aren't level 120. I spent a lot of time in ADDON and a lot of the really good farms got nerfed, but this one still seems to hold up. In this spot, you can get BOE epics, BFA greens, Tide Spray Linen, Deep Sea Satin, vendor grays, a ton of raw gold, and an albino hyena mount, known as the Dune Scavenger. I have personally gotten 6 Dune Scavengers, and have made over 2 million gold, but the price has dropped since then, but they're still going for about 200 to 250k on my server. Just like spots 1 and 2, you can run 2 groups of 4, or 1 group of 5, but I highly suggest running 2 groups of 4. Unfortunately, at the time when I was farming, I did not have 2 accounts, so I could only imagine how much loot I would have gotten if I had 2 accounts at the time. This farm was one of the farms that allowed me to buy the second account in the first place with how much loot I was getting, so I would highly recommend giving this spot a go. Alright guys, that's it for now. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. If you would like to farm with me, or have any questions, you can catch me at twitch.tv/Porowl, where I'll pretty much be farming daily. I also just today made a Discord, so if you need some place to talk about gold, look for groups to farm gold, show screenshots of your finds and more, then you can find my Discord in the description below. Thank you everybody for watching, and good luck farming everyone.